Hello folks, got a new watch to show you today. This one looks an awful lot like a Tudor Professional, a GMT watch. And it is a GMT watch, but it's a quartz GMT watch. And it isn't from Switzerland, although interestingly, the movement claims to be. No, this watch comes from China. Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, this one's from AliExpress. I got the watch here in the AliExpress sale recently for just 50 odd pounds, well, a little over 50 pounds. Now, the list price at the moment is higher. It's a new watch, a new one in the Addiesdive line. And I think what will happen is that the price will settle down to between 50 and 60 pounds, probably sometime after the next sale. But anyway, let's see what happens. Let's have a look at the packaging. These little plastic crates have got foam inside and they give the watch an awful lot of protection. But as well as that, they make for a really useful little box. So unlike a cardboard watch box, you don't want to throw that away. Now this is the rather thick instruction manual, which unfortunately is quite generic. And here we have the warranty card, which as usual is unsigned and undated and therefore just useless. And we have a little tool here for taking pins out the bracelet for adjustment. Now let's have a look at what was in the box, apart from the packaging, the actual watch, the point of the exercise. What we have here is a rather faithful homage to something much more expensive. And as such, the beautiful design, and it is really good, doesn't really owe anything to Addiesdive. However, it is well executed. It's a nice clear dial. You have the date window in white with black lettering. You have an anti-reflective coat on the mineral, not sapphire crystal unfortunately, and that crystal is a domed crystal which quite nicely distorts at the edges there. I always think that looks very pretty. The dial itself has a matte finish, is black. The snowflake hands, again not an Addiesdive design, but have a lot of lume on them. And here's the thing, the lume is superlative. Have a look at that for lume. Really, really nice. It's bright, and I can tell you from wearing this that it lasts all night long. The lume itself is BGW9, but anyway, it's blue lume, it's BGW9. I have no reason to believe it is not a genuine BGW9 because it is really, really good, really bright. One of the best I've seen on a Chinese watch. Now, as you can see by the second hand going round, it's ticking. It's ticking because this is a quartz movement. Other GMT watches that have come out from the likes of Pagani Design have used Seagull automatic movements. And the Seagull powered GMTs had a reputation for mechanical unreliability. This movement, coincidentally, they've been superseded by more expensive homage watches that carry the newer Seiko NH34 movement, and they're a step up. But this, despite being a step down, is a Swiss movement, and it is a Ronda 515-24H. So you're getting a Swiss quartz movement in this Chinese watch. Now the finish of the watch is all brushed, apart from this chamfered edge here, which is the only polished bit on the watch. The standard of the brushing is really good, it's really nice, and you won't have anything to complain about here. Just letting the light catch on that blue AR coating there. Now let's have a look at the clasp. Now it's a machined clasp, not just stamped out. Closes with a nice reassuring click, and it is signed with some nice engraving. Like the case, it's all brushed with a polished chamfer on the edge. It has several micro adjust points but no diver's extension, which is lucky because it's not a diver's watch, and that's just annoying me with the references to diving on this one. Having a look at the case back here, we can see a nice Addiesdive logo engraved on it, 200 metres of water resistance and all the usual rubbish. However, they do describe this as a diver's 200 metres, and that's just really annoying. Divers with an apostrophe should never be used for a non-dive watch. Let's zero the calipers and see what sizes this watch is. There we go, this is a width of 39.92, so it's really a 40mm watch, I would say. Uh, 12.4, well, 12.32. It's a bit difficult because it includes the domed crystal there, and that's pushing the thickness up quite a bit, kind of undeservedly. It's not really that beefy, it's quite a slim watch really. And the lug to lug, 47.74. This one won't overhang smaller wrists, it's quite reasonably sized. Now let's weigh it. 122 grams, and 3 links I had to take off to fit my 7 and a bit inch wrist takes up to 132. Now on to operation. Screw in crown, which helps it with its 200 metres of claimed water resistance, out to the first position, and this first position works the GMT hand, turning it anti-clockwise, turns the GMT pointer clockwise round the face. It only goes clockwise, you cannot turn it anti-clockwise, because when you turn anti-clockwise, what you actually do is change the date. There we are, clockwise that way, and turning it anti-clockwise is changing the date. Pulling the crown out to the second position hacks the watch and enables you to set it as normal. So first position is the date and the GMT pointer, second position is setting the time on your watch. Now the bits that matter for the GMT are this bezel, which in the case of this watch is fixed and shows 24 markers, 24 hours. What you do is you use this arrow here, which is the GMT arrow, to point at the hour in your target country, the other time zone that you're tracking. And I'll let you see how that works in a minute, but this is an office GMT. When you operate to setting the GMT function, only the GMT marker arrow moves. Whereas with a full GMT, a traveller's GMT, you can change the time zone, because as you turn this, the hour hand will move back in increments. So as you're flying from one side of the world to the other, you can change the hour hand as you go. And you can also track another time zone using the GMT arrow. Let's have a look at how it works. Now this is very easy, as discussed. You move the crown out to the first position, and then turning the crown anti-clockwise, you move the GMT pointer hand until it points to, in 24-hour terms, the time in your target time zone. And that, folks, is all there is to it. It would be remiss to leave you without showing your wrist roll in the sunshine. So here it is. This watch would be a good fit for a variety of wrist sizes. It's quite an attractive watch. The watch is available in 2 variants. There's the one I got, which is this one, as you've just seen, and this one, which is a more classic look. Anyway, till the next time. Bye bye for now.